If you're all about grabbing those Rolex watches and flipping them for a sweet profit, you might want to hit the pause button now. I'm going to spill the beans on why Rolex Flipping, once a dazzling venture, is now fading away. From its crazy rise to its surprising fall, we've got all the juicy details about this era of super fancy watches. Stay tuned for secrets you won't want to miss. Keep watching till the end, and you'll find out the hidden stuff that changed the game of flipping Rolexes. With new info and cool insights you won't want to miss out. You probably know about Rolex Flipping. It's when folks buy those super fancy Rolex watches, especially the rare or hot demand ones, and then sell them quickly for more money. It's like turning a cool watch into a money-making machine. This whole game of buying and selling Rolex watches for a profit has been a big trend lately. But here's the twist. Things are changing fast, and the whole Rolex flipping scene might not be as solid as it used to be. So, let's dive into 3 main points. First off, we'll rewind the clock and see how Rolex flipping started and became a big deal. Then, we'll zoom in on what's happening in the market right now. There are changes going on that tell us the era of flipping might be ending. We'll break down the factors causing this shift. Lastly, we'll peer into the future and wonder whether flipping might make a comeback, maybe in a different way. We'll also think about whether flippers are calling it quits for good. You've probably noticed that the pandemic shook things up, especially when it comes to watch prices. With folks stuck at home and unable to do regular shopping, buying things online became a major obsession. And guess what? Luxury items like Rolex watches were at the top of the list. This whole situation caused a massive increase in demand for these fancy timepieces. I mean, Rolex is all about luxury, status, and incredible craftsmanship. Having a Rolex watch is like showing off your elite status, and some folks were even ready to pay more than the official price to get one right away. Here's the deal. Even before the pandemic, Rolex watches weren't exactly in limitless supply. The company is smart about it. They purposely keep certain models kind of rare, which makes people want them even more. This scarcity boosts prices up, especially when people try to buy them from other folks. And then, things got a bit crazier because Rolex had to stop making watches for a few months to keep everyone safe from the virus. That pause is the point that made the market situation even hotter. But here's where it gets even juicier. Those were the things everyone could see. But there's more to the story. Have you ever heard of FOMO? It's the fear of missing out. That's a big part of this Rolex frenzy. Some buyers think of Rolex watches as an investment. See, certain models can actually become worth more over time, especially if they are not made anymore or if their demands increase. And then there's the internet. It made it super easy for folks who flip watches to reach people all over the world, which means more potential buyers and more money in their pockets. The real powerhouse behind all this is something deeper: low interest rates. Basically, big banks around the world dropped interest rates to prevent a global economic disaster when the pandemic hit. But this move had a domino effect on all sorts of markets, even the one for fancy watches. It's like a chain reaction. Lower interest rates made people want to spend money. And boom! The demand for luxury watches went through the roof. Now, let's jump to today. Things are shifting because interest rates are going up to tackle the rising prices of goods. This change in how money works might shake up the fancy watch market and make buyers think twice about how they invest their money. Although there's been a bit of progress recently, there's still a lot of stuff to figure out to fix things. And guess what? The prices of those luxury watches are feeling the effects too. You know that saying, what goes up must come down. Well, that's happening right now. But wait, there's more to this flipping story. We need to talk about the idea of price. It's a big deal in how things work, and knowing how changes in the prices helps us make sense of what's happening with flipping Rolexes. Keep this word in mind. Arbitrage. It's a fancy economic term, but it's like the key to understanding what's going on now and what happened in the past. This idea is all about making money from price differences. Imagine buying something for less money in one place and then selling it for more money somewhere else. If all goes well, you make a profit without much risk. And guess what? This idea lines up with what went down during the pandemic. Even though Rolex watches were being sold in different markets, the official store and the resale market, they're still the same product. And this created a super cool chance to do some arbitrage stuff when the pandemic was hitting. The price differences between these markets made it possible to make some serious money. Oh, and one more thing. Many more people got interested in flipping Rolexes because of this. But here's the twist. More flippers means more competition, which means prices got a bit messy and profit margins got squeezed. Because of this chance to make money without much risk, tons of people wanted in on the action. Picture this. You bought a snazzy Rolex watch right from an official store at the regular price. Later on, you think, hey, I could sell this in the resale market where many folks want them, but there aren't many to go around. So, you sell it for more than what you paid. And that extra money is your profit. As long as people keep wanting these watches like crazy in the resale market, it's a pretty safe move. But now, things have taken a twist. Some buyers are being more careful. They don't want to shell out big extra bucks above the regular price. They'd rather just get their watches straight from authorized sellers. This whole math was what got people excited. They were all eager to wait in line for their turn to buy. But then, whoosh, the story flipped. Out of nowhere, Rolex prices started to drop. Suddenly, what used to be a pretty safe deal now comes with a risk. You could end up losing money instead of making it. This sudden change has even made die-hard collectors stop and think before they buy. Now, here's where it gets a bit more worrisome. Rolex prices are sliding down fast, even without a full-blown economic mess. The big concern is that if the economy does take a hit, prices might drop even more, which would probably make people steer clear of flipping Rolexes for a long while. The future of the market is so up in the air that folks who were thinking of flipping are being extra careful. Time has changed the game of flipping Rolexes. Lots of stuff played into it, like not being able to make as many watches, changes in what people want, how the economy is doing, and even how people shop. Back when it started, flipping was like finding a gold mine. But now, things have shifted because of all the ups and downs in prices and how unpredictable things are. This has made people think twice before diving into the flipping business, and also diverted the wheel into a dead end. So, is it really the end for Rolex flippers? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Stay updated with all of the trends in the watchmaking industry by liking and subscribing to Luxury Focus. Thank you for watching until the end, and see you in the next video.